Grizzlies, Predators, and Braves.
Good evening and welcome to the excitement of the NBA. Grizzlies basketball is presented by FanDuel. From fabulous FedEx Forum on Beale Street in downtown Memphis, Tennessee, two teams match up going in opposite directions. Houston, after losing their first two, they've won 4 in a row. The Grizzlies, meanwhile, have lost their last 3. Hello again, everybody. Pete Pranica, Brevin Knight on hand. Rob Fisher will join us in a little bit. Brevin, for our Southland Players Spotlight, a couple of marquee guys that we want to talk about. Jaren Jackson Jr., finally a couple of back-to-back 20-point games. Grizzlies need him to have a chance against this Houston group.
Yeah, the back-to-back 20-point games were good. It was also nice to see him have multiple blocks in the last basketball game with 2. And so Jaren starting to find his footing. The other thing that has started to be somewhat of an uptick is his field goal attempts. And he continues to shoot at a high percentage. This will be a basketball game where he's going to use his quickness and his athleticism against the size of this Houston Rockets front line. But because of his quickness and his opportunities, he will also have a chance to get to the free throw line against this team. But the Grizzlies need Jaren Jackson Jr. to be influential on both sides of the floor. Offensively being a go-to guy, and on the defensive side, changing shots and rebounding extremely well.
Rebounding is going to be a theme. Alperen Sengun made his first NBA All-Star game last year, averaged a double-double. He already has 3 double-doubles this season.
And the thing that they do a great job with Sengun is they get him the ball in the middle of the floor, and then he is very good in one-on-one situations. The Grizzlies can't allow him to feel his body because he spins quickly to get to the next move, and then a lot of times draws fouls on those moves. So see if the Grizzlies can do a good job of keeping him going one way, and if he does spin, if they're able to still contest at the basket. But his skill set is there. He's also a playmaker for this basketball team, and when they play bigs on the floor, the other big will be Clint Capella tonight with no Steven Adams. Plays towards the rim, he will play away from the rim, setting screens for his teammates.
It'll be a big challenge for the Grizzlies tonight because this is a Houston team. They lead the league in rebounding, and they're dynamite in the paint and shooting the ball really well. We'll continue our preview of tonight's ball game after the effective advice of the game. That's on the way next. Brevin breaks it all down, how the Grizzlies can snap this losing streak tonight. You've got the Grizzlies and the Rockets. It's all yours, and it's next on FanDuel Sports Network. Counting down to tip-off in downtown Memphis as the Grizzlies host their divisional rival, the Houston Rockets. Grizzlies' 25th anniversary season presented by Pinnacle Financial Partners. Play hard, bank easy. They also present Brevin's effective advice.
Well, in this basketball game, rebounding will be at a premium, which will be the entire season for this Grizzlies team. But against one of the best in the league, they're going to do a great job of creating opportunities by having dribble drives that forces help. That'll give them offensive rebound chances. On the defensive board, they can't allow dribble penetration so that their bigs can stay on the body of these Rockets bigs. The rebound margin has to be slight here tonight.
Grizzlies were +6 against Detroit on Monday night. That's the Pinnacle effective advice of the game. Back with the starting lineups and tip after this on FanDuel. Let's meet the starting lineups for both teams presented by Ortho South. The Rockets have won 4 in a row. They're 4-2 on the season. Josh Okogie, Amen Thompson, Kevin Durant, Jabari Smith Jr., and Alperen Sengun for head coach Ime Udoka, who is remaking this franchise now in his 3rd season as the Rockets head coach. Made the playoffs last year. Grizzlies, well, they are now 3-5. They've lost their last 3. They'll start Morant, Wells, Contavious Caldwell-Pope, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Jock Landale. For head coach Tomas Isilo, 2nd season with the Grizzlies, 1st full season in charge of the Grizzlies. Now, a Robin Hood sideline report from Rob Fisher.
Well, one guy who started every game so far for the Grizzlies has been their center, former Houston Rockets, Jock Landale, and he's been consistent since opening night in a role that he relishes. He said, my mentality always has been, make someone like Ja's job easier. He said, I've done that time and time again in my career. I've been a guy who kind of enjoys the role of setting screens and freeing people up and then just crashing the glass. Head coach Tomas Isilo said Jock's a very experienced player who has played in heavy pick-and-roll systems before and has a track record of picking up different things and being able to play in a lot of different roles. Just knowing the health situation, we thought he was an extremely solid option, and he has been, guys. 11 points per game, 5.3 rebounds per game. He's got double figures in 3 straight.
And multiple offensive rebounds in all but 1 game this season. The life care injury report. Steven Adams is out. Dorian Finney-Smith, Van Fleet out as well. Clark, Edey, Jerome, and Pippen but I suspect that big guy, Zach Edey, is going to be back sooner rather than later. Rockets coming off a Monday night win at home against Dallas, 110-102, one of their few close games this season. Grizzlies coming off a Monday night loss to Detroit, 114-106. Brevin, as you all know, we have 3 officials.
And they showed up on time.
They have been assigned by the NBA. James Capers, 31st NBA season, 204 playoff games, 17 finals games. Natalie Sago in her 8th NBA season. J.D. Rawls in his 2nd NBA season. And we also want to note that today would have been the birthday of Greg Willard, longtime NBA official who passed away from pancreatic cancer back in 2013. Class guy, great official, and gone far too soon. Grizzlies win the tap. Caldwell Pope against Okogie. A Morant 3 off the front iron, rebound tap. Jaren going for it, and he was being held. Grizzlies will get the ball back. Jaren was being held by Jabari Smith Jr.
We see with the way that the Rockets start in this basketball game, yes, they will play the 2 bigs at some point, Capella, Şengün, but in this scenario, Jaren Jackson Jr. has the size advantage just pull up there by Jalen Wells.
Jalen Wells gives the Grizzlies an early lead. They did not lead against Detroit on Monday night. Pistons going wire to wire.
So you'll see handling the ball by committee with this Rockets team, with no Fred VanVleet. They will do it with the lesser ball hand, the lesser defender guarding ball handlers to initiate offense.
Morant with Morant on the way as Durant an early miss. Okogie with the overplay, and he's able to steal and pirouette away from Jaren Jackson Jr. and lay it in. That's an exceptional play by Josh Okogie in his 8th season out of Georgia Tech.
One thing that Josh Okogie has been in his career has been a defender, 3-point shooter. Very good defense. Morant not able to finish.
Morant able to get to his spot but not put it down. One of the early storylines for this Rockets team, shooting so well from 3. Şengün steps inside the arc, however, and delivers a 2.
Well, they're very similar to Detroit in that they're opportunistic 3-point shooting.
Landale, he had been hot. He had made 6 of his last 7 from downtown, but a miss there. This is Amen Thompson in his 3rd season in the league, matched up against Morant. Goes to the spin. Jaren got a piece of it, but Şengün an offensive rebound, and that is what the Rockets do, as well as any team in the NBA. They lead the league in second chance points, almost 20 a game.
It is the percentage off of KCP, the percentage at which they rebound, miss shots, almost close to 50%. As you see, this is just great hustle here by Okogie to keep the ball alive. He taps it behind himself and then is able to control to get the lay-in.
Hustle and balance. Şengün got Landale up in the air and drew the foul. Alperen Şengün go to the free throw line for a pick.
Very creative big. Ball fakes, reverse spin once he puts the ball on the floor. He sets the screen, fake the ball handler, and they keep going. As you see here, Thompson to the basket. And one thing we talked about on the pregame show was you don't want to require much help with drives to the basket, because once you leave from any of these bigs, they do a great job of following right behind to clean up rebounds.
For Houston, the first of a 3-game trip. They go to San Antonio, then Milwaukee. After that trip, then they got a 3-game homestand. Their early schedule has been road heavy, 6 of the first 9 on the road. And Şengün 1 of 2 from the line. Trying to feed Jaren Jackson Jr. He was fouled from behind. Okogie backing down on him. And Okogie will pick up the foul, his first. Brevin, we talked about it on the pregame show. The Grizzlies, even if it has to be a force feeding of Jaren Jackson Jr. to get him rolling and get this Grizzlies team in a good place.
Well, especially when you have these type matchups on the floor. They're guarding him with, in essence, a wing play. So you have to, in some way, be able to exploit that matchup.
And Okogie battling him and overplays again and forced a turnover. Okogie has given Jaren trouble with 1 steal and then that knockaway. 7 straight by Houston. Durant, Şengün rolls, Lobs for Thompson. He lays it in and is fouled.
And that is where they also like to use Şengün. They're in the middle of the floor because he is such a good passer. Steven Adams is a good passer, Şengün a good passer, and they do not mind allowing them to be playmakers from around that free throw line area. And Thompson, knowing that he's not going to just hang out at the three-point line, always with timely cuts to the basket.
Converts the three-point play. Thompson is the Rockets leader. There's Steve-O. Thompson, the Houston leader in and-one opportunities and conversions. Now Morant three is through. And Morant, great for his confidence, great for the Grizzlies. He had been 0 for 11 from three before that make. He had that three-point make night against Phoenix. Şengün will get another trip to the line. Şengün already this season has had 3 games with double-figure free throw attempts, and the Houston Rockets, they have the unique distinction as Morant goes long here to drop in 3. Houston has the incredible distinction they take the most free throws and give up the fewest free throws. They take more than 30 on average per game, and they hold their opponents to under 20 free throw attempts per game.
The previous foul called on Jaren Jackson Jr. has been corrected to number 3, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope.
Okay, so Kentavious Caldwell-Pope gets that foul. So he has 1, Jaren Jackson Jr. has 1. And Brevin, I remember when Şengün came into the league, we talked to Ryan Hollins, color analyst for the Rockets, and they said, "You're not. This kid's going to be really something in a few years." Morant, leaner, no. Rebound captured by Thompson.
Well, we've seen him just get better and better every season. And the thing about for him is they have been able to put players around him that fit his style. So for him, it is, yes, he can be a playmaker, but they also have guys that cut and move well, that give him space to play one-on-one. But as you can see here, he said they're going to initiate offense with multiple guys throughout the game.
Şengün, and the rebound to Jackson. Of course, Fred VanVleet lost for the year, an ACL tear during an off-season workout. Jabari Smith Jr. guards Jaren, and KCP missing the jumper. And that's been a recurrent theme for the Grizzlies, missing jump shots.
And unfortunately, it allows the defense to just continue to converge on the painted areas.
Jabari Smith returning to the lineup after missing games with a right ankle sprain. He hits, and it is an early 9-point lead for Houston. 14-3 run by the Rockets, and the link to Jabari Smith gets him 2 for the Rockets. It's at 7 p.m. Brevin, it's a cup game.
Cup game.
Arrive early. The first 5,000 fans will get a classic Grizzlies hat on HBCU night presented by Pinnacle Financial Partners. To get your tickets, go to grizzlies.com/tickets or the FedEx Forum box office. Nifty hat that can be yours. Rookie Cedric Coward, Santi Aldama into the lineup for the Grizzlies.
The one issue here for the Grizzlies, they had 3 turnovers early that led to 6 points. This is not a turnover forcing team in the Houston Rockets. They're a position defensive team. They only force 13 turnovers a game.
Morant deals. 3 by Aldama is off. The rebound to Durant. Let's do some housekeeping here. Jaren Jackson Jr. doesn't have a foul. 1 each for Caldwell-Pope, Landale, and Morant, and the Grizzlies force a turnover.
They have to try to create some things in transition also, partner, and not have to continue to run half-court sets.
Landale for 3. Well, the other thing, too, is the Grizzlies play at one of the fastest paces in the league. Houston plays at one of the slowest.
They are fine to use their size and physicality in the half-court.
Thompson against Aldama, got to the cup. And the Rockets are a quick starting team. They're second in the league, averaging 34 first quarter points. On average, they have a lead of 6.5 points at the end of the first quarter. That's second in the NBA. Aldama, Landale was surprised a little bit, deals to Morant. His corner 3, around and out, tap no. Rebound to the floor, KCP back taps it. Morant and the Grizzlies a fresh 14. Aldama, finger roll, no, but get to the line for 2.
That was good hustle there by Coward to keep the ball alive here in Landale. And because of it, he said, you create some extra opportunities on the offensive end. And Did not think that at this point in the season you would say the Grizzlies' best three-point shooter is Jock Landale.
How about this? He's the 4th best three-point shooter by percentage in the NBA. No, not what you expected, as Aldama converts the first free throw. Tari Eason in for the first time tonight. Speaking of three-point shooters, Landale is 4th, Tari Eason is 3rd in three-point percentage so far this season.
And I think with Tari Eason, he is going to give you dogged defense on one end. You can defend multiple positions, but he has figured out with all the activity that's going on towards the basket, somebody's got to be on the perimeter. I can man some of the perimeter time.
Whoa, Şengün, normally a good passer, but he airmailed that one for sure.
If you airmail a Thompson, you have thrown the ball way too high.
Yes.
Because it is hard to airmail above them.
And then Thompson, a deflection. Şengün made his first All-Star game last year. Lob, and the Grizzlies defended well. Morant driving and now peels back. And then Landale bobbles it. Turnovers, again, a huge issue. Grizzlies lost 33 points on turnovers on Monday night against Detroit. Rockets forced the 4th fewest amount of turnovers. To your point, they force only 13 a game.
They don't try to create turnovers on the defensive side because they know where their strengths are. Their strengths are to keep you in front, contest, and then rebound and go from there. As Thompson is able to get underneath the free throw line for easy ones. Good look ahead here.
Jock Landale is set up by Morant.
Beautiful setup, good run out by Landale.
So Landale with 5 early. Grizzlies came very close to a steal, but Coward couldn't reel it in. Clint Capella in for the first time tonight, and Thompson knocks down a 3. Just his 3rd of the season. He was 2 of 14 from 3. And one of the early storylines for this Houston team is they have guys who are not normally high percentage three-point shooters that are shooting lights out. Caldwell Pope draws the foul and will go to the free throw line.
And if you're Grizzlies, you still live with Thompson being the guy that is going to be the three-point shooter. Here you see good eyes up the floor by John Morant, able to find Landale for the easy lane.
KCP to the free throw line. Morant, Landale to the bench. Just to give you an idea about this Houston team and what they're shooting. So consider Şengün, Eason, and Okogie. They are shooting as a group 52% from 3. Those 3 had a career percentage of 30% from 3 before this season, and all of a sudden they're shooting lights out. Is it sustainable? Who knows? But then again, Houston doesn't rely on the three-point shot.
I was going to say, it's not something that they're going to have to go to the well more times than not, and it's not something that's a function of their offense as to why they'll be successful offensively. It's just an addition to what they do.
Durant on the deck, shot clock at 6. Durant forced into a fadeaway, and we have a wedgie.
Good help there by KCP on the drive to stifle Kevin Durant.
I was asked, what do you do with Kevin Durant? I said, you can try to make his life as difficult as you possibly can. It's easier said than done, but good defense by Aldama.
All you want to do is make sure you're there to contest every shot. And understand that even if you play great defense and you contest and do everything, he still has the ability to make the shot.
Jump ball won by the Rockets. Jabari Smith Jr. in possession. Houston 2-1 on the road. Trap on the sideline. Thompson with 12 to shoot. 5 remaining first quarter. Thompson step back jumper off the iron. Tap rebound. It's loose. It's picked up by Durant.
Just watch their bigs when they shot. I watch Capella. And I watch Single. When it's not going up, they are just laying on the opposing defender to get into position.
Vince Williams Jr. in. Aldama, rhythm 3, and he got fouled by Clint Capella. 3 free throws for Aldama.
Foul number 30, Clint Capella at his first. Rockets 14 foul.
See how they're going to react to Jaren, especially when he starts to back down. The double team comes, does a good job of getting it to Vince Williams quickly, and that's the next pass is usually either the next pass or the next one is where you will find your open shots.
Aldama was just 4 of 10 from the free throw line coming in. Made a pair earlier, but a misfire there.
One of the things that the Grizzlies, we talk about wanting to do a better job with the turnovers. These first quarters, they had to do a better job coming out of the locker room to give themselves a chance so that they are not always fighting uphill so early in basketball games.
Yeah, uphill has been the word. Grizzlies 28th in first quarter scoring and 27th in scoring margin. They're one of the better scoring teams in the second half of games, but the issue is you get down big early, it's a bigger mountain to climb. Smith able to reel in the tall pass. Miss. Cap, no. Capella with the offensive rebound. Durant drives into a crowd. Corner three, Eason, down the well it goes. Tari Eason shooting 58% from beyond the arc, and the lead is 10.
Clint Capella having an impact here as Vince Williams Jr. can't make the three. Clint Capella's impact, though, is not allowing clean defensive rebounds and getting offensive rebounds.
Thompson attacking. Jabari Smith short with the three. Vince on the pickup of the rebound. Aldama, a turnaround jumper. Usually start 4 of 14. Smith covered up by Vince. That's deflected out by Aldama.
We've talked about this before. Can't look down at this box score and see Jaren Jackson Jr. with no field goal attempts. And you're already 8 minutes, 9 minutes into the first quarter. That can't happen in games for this Grizzlies team, and be realistic about keeping yourself in basketball games. And it's a two-way thing. Let's not run plays for them. It's two ways. You got to immerse yourself into the game right from the beginning.
He goes out of the game. Charles Bassey, who had 10 rebounds Monday against Detroit, last day of his 10-day contract. He's on the floor. Morant returns. Coward guards Durant. Forces a shot clock miss. Coward driving at Reed Shepard, and Şengün blocks it, but Natalie Sago makes a foul call. Şengün the foul and a timeout on the floor. The Grizzlies find themselves down 10. Timeout taken by Houston. 2:44 for the first. All Rockets so far. If you love Fridays, and who doesn't, we got one for you. Buckets and Brews, the ultimate way to tip off your weekend, because every Friday of the season, you get a terrace-level ticket to the Grizzlies game, and not one, but two 12-ounce Miller Lights for just $55. The first night for great seats, cold brews, and Grizzlies basketball is Friday against Dallas. Cup game. Go to Grizzlies.com/Friday to lock in your tickets.
Well, Barton, this Grizzlies team got to create a little atmosphere for themselves in this basketball game. Yes, when you play against teams like the Houston Rockets, they want to strangle you in these basketball games. Well, the Grizzlies got to find a way to free themselves so that they can create some exciting plays, some excitement for themselves. That is the biggest thing that has been missing in these games. Just the joy for being out there to compete and play. Have not seen it consistently from this group.
Cedric Coward shooting two. Let's go over to Rob Fisher.
Yeah, and Tomas Islo kind of alluding to that a little bit, Brevin, during that last time out. He said, we've done a decent job of getting defensive rebounds. He said, but we've got to be able to get out and run. He said, we're not going quick enough at getting out and running and trying to get easy baskets on the offensive end and try and generate those easy shots and a little momentum as well.
Capella with a finish. Clint Capella returning to the Houston Rockets.
The other thing you're going to have to do is play against zone defense, because when they play the two bigs, they immediately go into zone defense to save them.
Cam Spencer in with Morant, Charles Bassey, Aldama, and Coward. Santi's floater, no. Grizzlies just 27% from the floor. Interesting thing I should say about Houston and Durant. Durant does not have to be the centerpiece. A seeing eye pass that got through to Capella somehow. But Durant brings them championship experience, shot-making ability. Coward tees up a three.
Grizzlies unlucky even on the clean looks. They're not getting those to go down. The others are contested.
Şengün with a lob and a foul called underneath. Beyond Morant, that'll be 2 on him.
They're taking advantage of rotations for the Grizzlies on his defensive side. Double teams come. Clint Capella doing a good job presenting himself in the middle of the painted area. But the Rockets just executing offensively here to get great looks.
And dominant in the paint. Calling Tyrese into the front court. He went the other way. Reed Shepherd with the throw-in.
16-4 advantage. Points in the paint.
Durant. And the Grizzlies can't get any type of bounce even off the rebounds. Coward is able to get one in the corner. Crowd urging Morant as Shepherd tried to tackle him. And Morant will get 2 at the line.
Nice there for Morant to force the issue. Realizing Reed Shepherd in front of him doesn't have a chance to keep him in front. Earns a trip to the free throw line.
Morant, first double-double of the season Monday against the Pistons, 18 and 10 assists. Grizzlies 2 more on this homestand. The Cup game on Friday against Dallas, and then Oklahoma City on Sunday. And you knew this homestand was going to be tough.
It's going to be tough. The entire year is going to be tough because the level of play throughout the league has changed. There are very few nights off that you're going to have at Şengün. Again, we talked about this is not your normal basketball because you have your center initiated and you're having your guard setting the screen. And then Şengün just does a great job there with the long 2 steps to get to the free throw line.
Bassey with the foul. Both teams over the limit with 54.9 remaining in the period. Şengün was originally drafted by Oklahoma City and then traded to Houston for a couple of first-round picks.
That has been a nice trade-off for this Houston Rockets team.
Understatement of at least the last week. Şengün with 9, Thompson with 10.
See if the Grizzlies can exploit the middle of this zone at all.
Spencer drives, hangs. Here's an Aldama 3. Bango, Santi Aldama. Aldama part of the reason why the Grizzlies have a great scoring bench. Grizzlies bench averaging 49 points per game. That's tops in the NBA. Coward is 9th among all bench players at 15.3 a game. Durant a miss. Morant trying to save, and it ends up in a Durant dunk. Grizzlies hit with their 6th turnover here in the first quarter. Shepherd with the knockaway. Shepherd, his 2nd season out of Kentucky, but here Bassey, good hustle. Morant trying to deflect it off of one of the Rockets.
The Grizzlies here get the last shot of this first quarter.
Spencer drives, Aldama, another 3. Rebound Thompson from half court, but if it goes, and that'll do it for the first quarter. All Houston all the time. Grizzlies had a 2-point lead, and then after that, Houston doing what they have done during this 4-game winning streak. Scoring at will. 18 paint points and 56.5% shooting. 34-22 Houston after 1 quarter. Power move. And by Pinnacle Financial Partners. Grizzlies banking from Pinnacle. Play hard, bank easy. Pete Pranica, Brevin Knight at our Konica Minolta Biz Hub desk. Second quarter begins with Houston in possession of the ball and a 12-point lead. Jaren Jackson Jr. back in for the Grizzlies. Şengün deals, and the Grizzlies knock it away and take it away. Fifth Houston turnover. Spencer for three. Bassey tried to tip it. Grizzlies started with Caldwell Pope, Jackson, Morant, Spencer, and Bassey. Şengün, Thompson, Eason, Capella, and Shepard, the five on the floor for Ime Udoka and the Houston Rockets.
The one thing is the Grizzlies are going to have to play harder. Good knock away there. They're going to play harder than the Rockets. Good throw ahead.
Bassey with the dunk. Ooh. And a foul as well.
Oh, did he hit his head when he hit the floor?
Fouls on Capella. That's two on him.
See him on the throw ahead.
And Houston.
I didn't know if he did that.
No, Houston's going to call timeout to challenge the foul. We'll check in with Secaucus.
In the ruling of a defensive foul.
We'll check in with Secaucus when we come back. This will probably be a no call, but the basket should still count. And James Capers is patiently waiting. You want to know who's in Secaucus?
Yeah, partner. Who's having a little Peking duck tonight?
Beanium Maru, Jenna Renault, Sean Wright, and Tyler Ricks.
Following review. The leg-to-foot contact by the trailing defender, Capella, is correctly deemed a defensive foul. Therefore, we have an unsuccessful challenge. That is Houston's last challenge of the game. We have one free throw, and we will play off the free throw.
That's a Sprite coach's challenge, and it is an unsuccessful challenge by Ime Udoka. There was no contact up top, but look downstairs, and
we're going to take
tough to see from that angle. Right, probably there on that step, and it caused Bassey to come off balance and land hard. So, three-point opportunity for Charles Bassey. Houston, no more challenges tonight. And Şengün boards the missed free throw. So it goes in the book as a second foul on Clint Capella, who remains on the floor. Şengün against Bassey. Şengün misses the hook, yeah, but Bassey the rebound. Morant sets up Spencer. Rhythm three, bango. Great delivery by Morant for his second assist of the game. And Spencer, who hit 4 of 6 from beyond the arc against Detroit, makes it a 7-point game. Thompson missing. Tap rebound to Jackson. Morant lobs. Bassey throws it down.
Yes.
Timeout, Houston.
What has happened now is the Grizzlies have gotten stops on the defensive side, and because they're getting stops and clean rebounds, then they're able to get out and run. Morant pushing and dishing. A three and a lob for a quick spurt for the Grizzlies.
Grizzlies 10-0, fast break points. They're within 5 after trailing by 13. Grizzlies a 7-0 start here to the quarter. And fans, you can watch the Grizzlies take on Dallas. It's a cup game Friday out right here on FanDuel Sports Network Southeast at 7 o'clock. 6:30 for Grizzlies Live, presented by Ford and Mid-South Ford dealers. Check your local listings at Grizzlies.com for the channel guide. Spencer with the back tap. Charles Bassey running the floor. Morant, you always reward the big fella for running the floor.
If you want screens to continue to be set for you, you want them to take the fouls sometimes when guards get to the basket. Yes, you reward the big fellas for running hard.
Let's go over to Rob Fisher.
As we talked about last time out, Coach Islo telling the team, hey, what's going right now? We're getting stops, and when we're getting the stops, we're getting out and we're running. All 7 points the Grizzlies have scored this quarter have come on the fast break. They're up to 10 here in the second quarter.
Caldwell Pope misses the three. Bassey tried to tap it back in. Grizzlies averaging 17.5 fast break points per game. Jabari Smith spins and finishes. They have 10 fast break points for the game.
Not a fast-breaking team on the Rockets. The same way they are opportunistic with threes, the same way in transition.
Jaren Jackson Jr. back down against Şengün. Single coverage. Şengün grabs at him. Jaren lost the ball, got it back. 6 to shoot. He turns, he hooks, he misses. And the rebound to Thompson. Thompson crossing over. Şengün, an open three. That's more of the Alperen Şengün we've seen from three-point territory in previous years. And it's Houston ball. Şengün backs down. Eason, 4-3.
One thing you don't want to do though, you don't want some over help, and you don't want to help when you're doing nothing. So if you're helping and just in no man's land, that means that there's two people on one, but you're really not deterring Şengün from making a play for someone else.
Spencer came up short. 3 gone by here, second quarter. Şengün drives against Bassey. Smith through a crowd, and he traveled.
I think he might also gotten KCP with a little bit of an elbow. Once he went into the shot, you'll see the move here. And then you see right there at the end, your arms come down and catches him across the lip.
KCP checking everything is good. And KCP is bleeding, so we got a 30-second timeout. Katie Babcock, head athletic trainer, will take care of that.
So the one thing the Grizzlies, they've continued to do, even when they've gotten down this year, they've always been able to fight their way back to give themselves a chance. Now, they haven't been able to get over the hump, and this is one of those instances where you would like to slow down this Houston Rockets offense.
You see the upcoming schedule. Dallas on Friday, Cup game, that's why the logo's in gold. Then the Thunder, and the Grizzlies go away for 4 in a row on the road. Knicks, Celtics, and Cavaliers, and then a road game after that in San Antonio. The schedule maker not kind to the Grizzlies early on. Although Boston is really struggling right now. Spencer, 3, bottom. Damn Spencer, and it's a 9-point deficit. But this is one of those situations, and we saw it against Detroit. You know, you make it single digits, but all it takes is Houston to make a couple of baskets, and now double-digit deficit, and that mountain's not getting any smaller. Şengün, blocked by Jaren. Morant against Eason. Forced to peel back, wants Jaren to make a basket cut. Caldwell Pope against Şengün, flips it up and in. KCP with 4.
Just want to continue to just chip away this Rockets team. Yes, high shooting percentage team, but the Grizzlies with their pace can get back in it.
Smith. Jabari Smith averaging 15 a game.
I mean, that was just his size, just too much.
Yeah.
In that situation, and he loves playing in that little mid-post area. It's nice to have him, have a guy like Kevin Durant come to this team. It's similar in what he would like to do.
7 to shoot, Spencer. And Bassey got to go against Şengün, backs him into the lane, banks it, would not fall. Smith against Jackson. Jaren poked it away, picked up by KCP. KCP on a spin away and then just lost the handle. Reed Sheppard got his hand in there to steal. Sheppard into the lane. Thompson bobbles. And then Sheppard steps out, knocks down a 3. Reed Sheppard, 42% from beyond the arc. He's had 3 games this year with 3 or more triples. That's his first one tonight.
That's how it's been, partner. You get the game to 6, 7, and then inevitably the opponent gets it back to double digits.
Spencer repositions and misses the 3. Eason running out, lobbing for Jabari Smith and an offensive foul.
Yeah, he dislodged Ja Morant running down the floor to try to receive that pass.
Aldama and Landale return to the lineup. Vince Williams Jr., Cedric Howard in as well. On the left side of your screen, there's the push in the back. Easy call for James Capers.
See what happens to the Grizzlies here. Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. off of the floor. Seeking the Grizzlies move the ball get some good looks.
Good look by Aldama, but it fails to fall. Grizzlies with 18 points from their bench.
That was more than half of their points here tonight.
And Jaren Jackson Jr. still just one shot on the night. Okogie in the paint, blocked by Landale, but Okogie got it back. And they're going to have to reset the shot clock as the ball did hit the rim. So the shot clock, which should have gone back to 14, they'll knock a second off and set it at 13. Thompson scores against Landale.
So like Ben Thompson is almost like New Orleans Pelicans, Zion Williamson.
Yeah.
Steal here. Thompson to the basket
Again,
finishes.
Amen Thompson with 14. He's coming off a season-high 27 against Dallas.
I'm saying what's similar is that if you move back, it doesn't matter. You don't go force them to shoot a jump shot. They take up the space and use their athleticism to still get by you.
Turnovers continuing to plague the Grizzlies. 8 turnovers for 15 Houston points, and the Rockets their largest advantage tonight. 191 collapse. For more information.
You know, I got a new jacket coming, Carl.
Yeah, it looks like, hey, colder weather. You need a jacket.
Looks like we got a new jacket coming.
Make sure you get there early. They may sell out. They will sell out. And Eason was holding Aldama, so that'll be a Houston foul. This Houston group on a 4-game winning streak, and to give you some context of how dominant they have been during this streak, they're shooting 54%, 47% from 3. They're winning games by an average of 20 points a game. Landale blocked by Eason, and Landale knocked it out of bounds. It'll be Houston basketball.
So your position defense, and in this game, the Houston Rockets are fine to even size down. You're playing with really Durant and Smith on the front line. For the Rockets, none of their girth in the game right now.
Durant averaged 31 a game as a member of Phoenix last year against the Grizzlies. Eason likes that corner spot, but no luck there. Jalen Wells, Aldama lays it up and in. And they did call a foul, and Aldama will go to the free throw line for a 3-point chance, foul on Thompson.
That has been a positive for the Grizzlies here in this basketball game, is the ability to create transition points. 9 fast break points scored here in this second quarter, with opportunity for a 10th at the free throw line.
And they've converted 4 or 5 opportunities.
So if they can just, we talk about, if you can just get the defensive rebound, that is the toughest part about playing the Houston Rockets, is can you defensively rebound cleanly to start breaks? As you see, Ime Udoka doesn't like the no girth on the floor. Şengün back in.
No Steven Adams for them tonight. Santi Aldama, the Grizzlies' leading scorer, with 10 off the bench. And a foul, Vince Williams Jr. So let's reset the lineups for you. Grizzlies with Landale, Wells, Aldama, Coward, and Vince Williams. For the Rockets, Durant, Smith, Şengün, Okogie, and Eason. Amen Thompson gets a rest. A couple of steals and 14 points, and another Vince Williams Jr. foul. 2 on Vince. Second Grizzlies foul of the period.
The good thing is Grizzlies no fouls early, so still not in jeopardy of being in a penalty.
Yeah, that's one advantage the Grizzlies have had tonight. 13 free throws attempted for them, only 7 for Houston. Okogie's 3 spoons out. Good time rebound by Coward. Vince gonna drive it, lay it up, and go to the free throw line.
I like the way that the Grizzlies changed the ends of the floor, though. They grabbing the rebound and then doing a good job of running the lanes. Coward, a big boy rebound, and then the push of the basketball, because guys are running wide. You see Landale already at the front of the rim. I mean that the opportunity to slash is there.
Grizzlies 11 of 14 from the free throw line. On the season, Grizzlies shooting free throws really well at 85%. Jaren Jackson Jr. in, Landale comes out.
Returning for the Rockets,
Here's Zach Edey, and again, Tomas Isolo was asked about the time frame, and really the end of this week would be the time for evaluation, and everything that's been said is that he's progressing really well. We saw Zach on the court in Toronto doing some light on-court work, and he's been seeing more and more floor time. He's worked really hard. Şengün misses, and a foul call. Fouls on Jaren Jackson Jr. That will be the first on him. And the Grizzlies have certainly missed the services of Zach Edey in the first now 9 games of the season.
Very much so. His presence on the interior on both ends, but also a screen setter for them. Offensively, they miss.
Şengün 5 of 6 from the free throw line, converts, and this from Terminix. Şengün splits the pair. Vince Williams Jr. Rebound Şengün. Durant. Not a high volume three-point shooter, but you know he can make it. 37% from the arc this season. Shot 43% from 3 last year, and now boards that miss.
The thing about this first half, you hadn't said Kevin Durant's name much at all. And the Rockets still up 15. The Grizzlies with a chance here to run.
Lob for Wells, but it's been well covered by Şengün. Coward, fouled by Durant. Durant doesn't like the call, but Houston doesn't have a challenge.
I think it was the body. I think up top the block may have been good, but the body down low may be where the foul was occurred.
The hip in the back, yeah, that's clearly a foul.
Right there, good call.
So Cedric Coward to the line for repairs. We visit with Rob Fisher.
Boy, the rookie's been really consistent this season. He had that big 27-point breakout against the Indiana Pacers, and he said, like I said this preseason, when I was shooting bad, I trust what I do. I trust the work I've put in, but you kind of have to leave the past in the past and understand that you have to take the highs and the lows the same. I just go to try to go out and do it again the next game. You just can't do it one time and be satisfied. Well, he's been great. 15.3 points per game, double figures in 7 of 8 games this season.
Guys, his professionalism and maturity is off the charts.
That's why he's had the success he's had early on. And again, there's the double team that's really not a double team. The Grizzlies are going to either commit and go all the way to the body of Şengün, or you're going to have to just stay on your man.
Lead is 15.
Nice.
Lob, Aldama. That was pretty.
Asante behind the defense, not just hanging in the corner, making a rim run, and Vince with the beautiful find.
Aldama double figures now in 5 of the last 6 games, including tonight. Durant, blocked by Jaren.
Şengün with the steal, though.
Been that kind of night. Grizzlies have had active hands, but it hasn't resulted in points. Vince for 3.
Listen, see if the Grizzlies could just get into single digits going into the half. If you look down, you get 5 points from John Morant, none from Jaren Jackson Jr. to this point. If they can go single digits, then you'll feel good about what you could do in the second half.
Şengün finds a Kogi open in the corner. That's off Houston. Grizzlies get it. Morant and Landale returning.
See here, nice job, Santi. Catches Jabari Smith, ball watching, and is able to get behind, and nice pass, quick finish for Santi. Said the zone defense will be implored the entire night for the Rockets. The Grizzlies are going to have to move the ball and bodies well to get good looks.
Under 2 remaining in the first half. Morant weaving his way. Challenges Şengün. Landale, that 3 is bottom. Oh, Jock Landale, former Houston Rocket. The Jock Landale revenge game. He's got 8.
And here you go again, another good defensive stop here for the Grizzlies. That's how you double team, partner, all the way to his body.
Position is a good 3-point shooter. Spins away from Morant, but it ends up in the hands of Thompson for 2. Thompson, a game-high 18, lead back to double digits. Coward. Landale trying to keep it alive. Jabari Smith with the rebound. Rockets over the limit. Grizzlies have a foul to give in the final minute. Şengün, nearly a wedgie.
I know he shot it well to start, but Şengün and Thompson, they're going to be 3-point shooters. You'd rather them be 3-point shooters than guys that are attacking the painted area.
Yeah, they're going to regress to the mean, I suspect. A Morant 3, bango! John Morant makes it an 8-point game. It's 60-52. Morant with 8.
Again, to the single digits round, and they keep it there.
Şengün, a Thompson 3. Rebound battle for, and it's off Houston. Not a clean defensive rebound, it's a team rebound, but the Grizzlies will happily take it.
Yeah, Jai, he draws the defenders all the way to the baseline. That makes it a longer run for Şengün to get back to Landale, and then here they're going under screens at the top if they can, wanting to entice Morant into perimeter shots. He walks in and knocks down that one.
Going to get Jayshawn Tate into the game for the first time tonight. Tate is the longest tenured Rocket at 6 seasons.
That's some good games against the Grizzlies in the past.
Yes, he has. Houston's won 6 of the last 8 against the Grizzlies. About 3 the difference, shot clock to game clock. Again, Houston doesn't have a foul to give. Morant against Durant. Step back 3, Morant. Spencer, loose ball foul, Memphis. Grizzlies had 1 to give. Cam Spencer pushing off, trying to get that offensive rebound. Jalen Wells will come in for defensive purposes with 4 seconds remaining in the first half.
He's going to force them to catch the ball in the backcourt. And then you just don't want to don't let Thompson just get ahead of steam running downhill.
Thompson with 2 seconds pulls up. It's a long 2. It's off the heel, and that'll do it for the first half. Good response by the Grizzlies after trailing by as many as 16. They were down a dozen after 1 quarter. The deficit is 9 as the teams head to the locker room. 60-51. Grizzlies getting 7 from Morant, 8 from Landale. We'll break down all the leading scorers, including 18 from Amen Thompson. That's on the way, plus Rob Fisher and our Rooms to Go halftime headliner. Grizzlies facing a 9-point deficit heading to the 3rd quarter. The Orion Coach's halftime report. It's Eric Schmidt with Rob Fisher.
Coach, there have clearly been some good stretches in this game. When you're getting those good stretches, what are you doing well?
Yeah, we're getting clean rebounds and we're pushing with pace. They crashed 5 of their guys, so if we can get those rebounds and push, we're going to have the advantage. We got double-digit transition points. We got to keep looking to play with that pace, because in the half court, that's a good defensive team. And on the flip side, we're going to keep throwing bodies at Durant and Şengün and make them work for everything.
Good luck second half. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Fish.
Coach's halftime report presented by Orion Financial. Grizzlies need something from Jaren Jackson Jr. Only 1 shot in that first half. Now, Squid Game only on Netflix. Squid Game the challenge. 456 contestants compete for the $4.56 million cash prize, now playing on Netflix. And we had Squid Game the challenge going on at halftime here at FedEx Forum. Check it out on Netflix, the wildly popular program.
It was a good show. The thing is, this thing has gone to another level now with this real challenge.
$4.56 million. That would spend really well.
Yeah, it's one of those things that the money sounds good, but I'm not doing what's necessary to get the money.
You got standards.
It's like what's the game where you go and they dump all of this stuff, like they dump worms.
You get slime.
Not even the slime. You get worms will be on you. Maybe it's rats. Like a bunch of nasty stuff to get money. But there's nothing nasty about that steal there from Landale.
Wells, transition three. Yes! Boy, Jalen Wells needed that. He had been 4 of his last 35 from beyond the arc. That was his first three-point try, and he splashes it. It's a 6-point game. Ahmed Thompson. Şengün, offensive rebound. Hooks over Jaren, misses. Jaren gets a defensive rebound. There's a clean rebound for the Grizzlies run here. Down just 6. They've trailed by as many as 16. Jackson against Şengün. Şengün falls down. That opens the door for Jaren to go glass and score his first points of the night.
Second shot of the game, but I like the way they got it. They throw the ball, and now he's a trailer. You give it to him on the move, no way Şengün can stay with him. Good job here, Kogi rolling. Durant finding.
Durant and Morant trying to bring it to Landale, and it's off Houston, and the Grizzlies will retain possession.
Yeah, Jalen Wells, he was very comfortable last year. That was his spot to be able to knock down threes on the angle. And there, Jaren, no double team comes one-on-one. He's able to get to the bucket and finish.
KCP in tight, draws a foul. Ahmed Thompson with a foul, and that'll be Caldwell Pope's second trip to the line. He was 2 for 2 earlier tonight.
Another thing, partner, when the Grizzlies go into their half-court sets and they run these pick and rolls with John Morant, he comes off of the screen. Şengün will stay back a lot of time. That little free throw line jump shot will present itself in the second half.
Şengün plays a little of that center field defense.
He plays center field defense. There'll be times he'll mix it up. There'll be times when he gets up, and then if he gets up, that's when Morant can use his quickness to get around. What they don't want to have happen is the quickness to get around. They'll live with any pull-ups, the size, but the visibility of Şengün still being there over being overly aggressive.
Caldwell Pope misses both free throws, and then a loose ball foul Memphis. You know my favorite trivia note about this particular game? There are only 2 guys in the league that played for the Seattle Supersonics that are active, and they're both on Houston.
Yeah, Jeff Green, good old Uncle Jeff, Kevin Durant.
Durant against Wells. Şengün backing down, flips that hook up and in. That is his go-to shot in the paint, the hook shot. Şengün with a dozen. Landale and Morant pick and roll. Morant short. Ja attacking. Ahmed Thompson knocked it free but committed the foul, and Morant will go back to the free throw line. And Ime Udoka wants a timeout. Morant to the line. Grizzlies down 8 early third quarter. Grizzlies keep battling. Morant trying to add to a 7-point night. You can join the Grizzlies every Sunday this season. It's Sunday Family Fun Days. A steal just $35. You get a ticket to the game, a $10 food voucher, post-game free throws on the court, and a photo with Grizz. The first game for this unique experience is this Sunday. Grizzlies hosting Oklahoma City. Go to grizzlies.com/Sunday to join us. So be here, see the defending NBA champions, $10 food voucher, $35 for a ticket, and you get to shoot a free throw after the game. Right now, John Morant is shooting free throws.
And the Grizzlies have been shooting free throws the entire night. At this point, they are plus 11 and plus 12 after this one. As you see Jeff Green taking in this game. And part of that TV show, Fear Factor.
Yes.
It's the name of the show that I was trying to come up with. When you get old, mind, sometimes things go away.
Well, Morant, 7th in the league in free throw percentage. He's only missed 2 free throws all season long. 90% plus. 10 to shoot, 2 gone by third quarter. Grizzlies within 6. Şengün dumped down, and Thompson finishes. Ahmed Thompson sneaking behind the defense. Şengün should be assist number 6 for him. Triple-double in play for him. And the Grizzlies miss connections. Jackson and Landale not on the same page.
See, this is a situation where Jaren can't be the help guy because his guy is standing at the basket. There has to just be one-on-one or someone from the perimeter. You don't want to leave somebody in the painted area to go try to help in a double team situation.
Houston outscoring the Grizzlies 36-16 in the paint. Durant picked up by Landale on a switch. They go back to Şengün. And again, he finds Thompson, who can't finish. Rebound Morant. Jaren Jackson Jr. through the lane. It's up and it's off. Durant. Okogie. And everything running through Şengün, and why not? Alperen Şengün with 14. And the lead back to double digits.
You're running through him because he's a mismatch on the floor with how he plays out on the floor, but then you just saw it there, also into the painted area.
Trying to lean on Morant. Ja, corkscrew jumper, no. Landale keeping it alive. Got it to Wells, fresh 14 for the Grizzlies. Caldwell Pope drives on Durant. And Şengün boards. He's just shooting 36%, and I can't say that they've been poor quality looks tonight.
No, they've got a ton of good looks here in this game that just have not gone down. But when they do get them to go down, then we seem to be able to make runs. The problem is, we always say, is it only takes your opponent just a mini run to again reestablish themselves. So this is what Houston has done here in this third quarter.
The Grizzlies offense has not been able to protect its defense. Durant. Vintage Kevin Durant. He's in double figures with 11.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's taking 12 shots to get the 11 points.
Right.
So that is the type of volume you want to have from a player of his caliber.
Morant driving into a double team. Out of bounds. Grizzlies keep with 10 to shoot. Now you've held Durant to 5 of 12, and you've kept Durant off the free throw line. Santi Aldama in. Cedric Howard in. Wells and Jackson out. Caldwell Pope from the elbow. Landale was shoved in the back. Out of bounds, it stays with the Grizzlies, 14 on the shot clock.
God damn, baby. Watch the game and relax.
One of the courtside fans giving Kevin Durant a hard time. Durant will never go quietly when he's being heckled, that's for sure.
He hears it all.
Corner three, Jabari Smith, and a Grizzlies timeout. Meanwhile, Cedric Howard having one of those rookie struggle games, 0 for 4 from the floor. Meanwhile, Alperen Şengün, he's got his double-double, needs 3 assists for a triple-double. 9 straight by Houston. 58, Alperen Şengün with 14 points, 10 boards, 7 assists. Remember, when he came into the league, you could see there was skill, but it was a little undisciplined. Now he's gotten to a point where he really is comfortable with his game.
He's comfortable with his game, but he also knows exactly where he can be effective for this team. And what they have done is they have not made him anything that is a prototypical anything. He is a big that handles the ball well. He makes plays for his teammates. He's elusive once he gets to the basket because of the way that he moves his feet. He almost has a pirouette style of basketball to him once he starts to play off the dribble.
Former Turkish Super League MVP and an NBA All-Star last year. Lob for Landale. Jabari Smith rises, fires, and fills it up. Largest lead of the night for Houston. Morant tries for 3, rounded out. Boarded by Şengün. Morant steals the outlet pass, was intended for Smith. Morant, contact, battling to get it back from Şengün. Landale casts a 3. Of course it's through. Landale, 3 of 4 from 3.
Yeah, he is the Grizzlies' three-point shooter up until this point in the season.
He shot a reasonable percentage for Houston last year, but I mean, right now, he's 3 of 4, and
he was very low attempts.
Yeah.
In Houston.
Okogie. Coward. It's off Durant. Yep, Natalie Sego pointed the wrong way.
Last was by the Memphis Grizzlies ball.
So Grizzlies get it. Aldama got a block on the other end.
See here, Aldama here, good job of timing and being able to come up with that block as Durant, then a block of his own on the other end.
Caldwell Pope against Durant. And KCP's had a rough night. Offensive rebound, Landale. Oh, he wanted to reward KCP for his hard work, and it didn't work. And the foul is on Kentavious Caldwell Pope.
Some tough back-to-back nights from the field from KCP. The one thing that you know he's always going to do, though, the hustle will be there. He'll continue to be relentless for this Grizzlies team. It'll be nice for him to just be able to find that rhythm, not just for the team, but also for himself, and a little bit of comfort.
Yeah, 1 for his last 11 over the last 2 games. Thompson on the give back of Kogi. Grizzlies dig it out, force a turnover. Morant splits defenders in the lane, scoops and scores. And Tomas Isilo wanted a foul call. No joy out of that. And Kogi responds with a 3 out of the corner. Houston shooting 50% from 3. On low attempts, only 14. They don't rely on volume, but they do rely on accuracy, and it's been there again tonight. 10 to shoot, KCP driving and surprised Aldama with that pass. Wells, Williams, and Jaren Jackson Jr. all returning to the lineup for the Grizzlies.
Another one of those instances here, though, where said it's gotten to 15. A couple of times, the Grizzlies have been able to get it to 9 or 8. Again, they're going to have to rely on good defensive stops to be able to produce scoring on the other end. You see Scottie Pippen Jr., Ty Jerome, 2 guys there that the Grizzlies desperately need in this lineup.
Grizzlies for the 3rd time this season, 20 or more fast break points, and Vince Williams Jr. and Kevin Durant tussling. But the Grizzlies...
I thought this might have been early in the first half. Vince was getting all the way up under. This one I thought might have gone the other way because Kevin Durant took the left hand over, then to try to create the space, then he takes the elbow to the chest.
Yeah, it's hard to know when the arm lock gets involved, which way it's going to go. It wouldn't have taken points off the board, so not really worth a challenge. And Kogi knocks down another 3. He's 2 of 3 from 3. All 5 Houston starters in double figures. Jaren Jackson Jr. doubled. Capella is in. Şengün and Thompson are out. Kogi lines up another 3. 3 straight threes by Josh Okogie, who has found a home in Houston.
We talked about him in the first half. I said that he has made a living in the league. He is known as being just this, a defender, and a standstill 3-point shooter.
Okogie 3 of 5 tonight. 12 for 23 on the season. Anchors make this the best holiday season yet by featuring your local small business at Grizz Shop Local. We're doing it again this year, November 29th here at FedEx Forum. Become a vendor and introduce your products to Grizz Nation just in time for the holidays. Visit grizzlies.com/shoplocal and apply to become a vendor. You got to apply by November the 17th. Vince Williams Jr. getting an explanation from J.D. Rawls on the arm lock.
Well, the Grizzlies were down 4 in the second half at one point. And you're talking about maybe being able to continue to make the run, but this has been emblematic of this season in that when they have made those runs to get back into the game, they give up a run immediately to the opponent.
Jalen Wells underneath the bucket. Good defense by Houston. Well, since the Grizzlies got within 4, it's a 24-7 run by Houston and working on a 9-0 run at the moment. Durant. And Coward with a rebound. Aldama running the floor, got by Durant and dunks. You know, you're looking for bright spots. I like what Santi Aldama's doing. 14 off the bench. Giving you good hustle plays as well.
The bench has been Again, the Grizzlies calling card, but that has been that way for the past couple of seasons.
Kogi with a dump off, inside out. A Durant three is off the iron. Coward with a rebound. Sed's not scoring, but he is working the glass tonight. A Vince three, bango. Vince Williams Jr., second triple of the night, 8 for Vince.
We have seen this before from this Grizzlies team. They don't quit, they continue to battle to give themselves a chance and force their opponent to have to beat them.
Eason. Rebound Vince.
Good throw ahead.
To Wells. Got Eason in the air and laid it in. Well, the Grizzlies are second in the NBA in second half scoring, averaging 61 second half points. They're averaging 30 points in both third quarters and fourth quarters. The problem is the deficit of the first half, tough to make up. Jabari Smith was going for the poster, and Jaren Jackson Jr. picks up his third foul.
The positive in this game here has been the Grizzlies' transition, because they have 27 fast break points. As Jabari Smith slow to get up here. See, attacking the basket. Jaren going for the block. And Smith holding his tailbone on the floor.
Yeah, he was not able to break his fall. The 27 fast break points for the Grizzlies is a new season high. They had 22 in the victory over New Orleans.
We talked about them trying to do a good job on the defensive boards so that they could keep this as a pace game, not a half-court game, because now you're playing into the Houston Rockets' hands.
So Smith to the line. It's a Houston team that they have collected a lot of high draft picks, including Jabari Smith, who was 3rd overall. Thompson was 4th overall. Of course, Durant back in the day was the number 2 overall pick by the Seattle Supersonics.
And Jalen Green before they made that deal, the deal to get Kevin Durant coming here. So yeah, they've had a number of high draft picks. They've been able to keep the ones that they feel as though they can have, and then they went out and made the big splash and getting Kevin Durant. And so now you have an end-of-the-game player, but you have a number of guys that can get you to the end of the game.
Steal by Eason, and then he was being held. It's on Jaren Jackson Jr. Grizzlies are over the limit, 4 fouls on Jaren. Just a miserable, frustrating night for Jaren Jackson Jr.
Houston has done what you want to do. And you're playing against another team. You want to try to take away their main weapons. And that's what Houston has been able to do in this game here and tonight. Ja Morant has 5 assists, 4 rebounds, 11 points, but 3 of 12 from the floor. Jaren 1 of 4 from the floor, only 2 points for him. And so that makes it extremely hard for a team to win when you take away their 2 main guys.
Morant, Massey will return to the lineup for the Grizzlies. Durant takes the seat. For years, this Houston team, Brevin, they have been young, they have been athletic. And outside of Fred VanVleet, who now is not available because of the injury, they didn't have that veteran guy that they could lean on. And now they have that in Kevin Durant.
Yeah, because you said they were trying to lean on the young guys. Jalen Green, they thought, would be the guy to continue to take the step. He was not getting there in the same fashion, so the mindset had to change to go to Kevin Durant and his veteran leadership, but you still have really good young guys around him.
First field goal of the night from Coward, and making it happen, Charles Bassey on the glass.
Bassey with the rebound and Bassey with the assist.
Reed Shepard is in, banks it in. And Morant called for the foul. It'll be the 3rd on Morant. Natalie Sago said he caught him on the head. Here's the offensive rebound by Bassey. Good find in Coward. His first field goal of the night. So Reed Shepard to the free throw line. Can't convert the and one. Coward. Aldama volleys it up and in. Santi Aldama on the offensive glass.
Yeah, Santi, one thing these last couple games for Santi, you hit it on the head. the activity for him has been off the charts. And every time he's been on the floor, no matter making shots, missing shots, he tries to involve himself in the game.
Gets the rebound there, his third of the game. 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Morant gets it back from Vince, and then Shepherd picks his pocket. Another game with 20-plus points lost on turnovers. That's 24 lost. Morant, leader in the lane, is good. 13 for Morant.
We see it also here. We said 2 bigs in the game for Houston. What does that mean? Zone defense for them, and the Grizzlies just have to continue to attack it as Easton misses that 3.
And Capella, offensive rebound. Easton's going to line up this one, miss this one, and there's Bassey for the rebound. And that ball goes to the rim. Bassey tracks it down.
Yes, he does.
Howard against Şengün. An open elbow jumper by the rookie is in.
Just said the elbow jump shots, the mid-range jump shots will be there. Any type of screen that is set and the bigs are on it, their bigs will stay a step lower than the screen to give you that jump shot opportunity.
Thompson challenging Coward. A Şengün 3, around and out, boarded by Coward. Coward's 8th rebound of the game. Morant, whoa, fastball. Cam Spencer returns, Vince Williams Jr. goes out. Kevin Durant back in the game for Houston. Rockets lost their first 2 games by a grand total of 5 points. Since then, they've been blowing teams out with the exception of Monday's win over Dallas. They won only by 8.
Number 5, it's Williams Jr.
Actually, Vince Williams Jr. stays in the game. Aldama goes out. Amen Thompson.
His body, his body is always in motion. And you go one way, the ball goes the other. That's all he did a little bulldog move, and then the quick hops at the rim.
Read the difference between the 2 clocks. Houston with a foul to give. Morant. Vince Williams Jr. rolled and finished at the rim. 14-point game, 5.7. Şengün hustling to front court. Going to take it all the way, and Morant ties him up with 0.7 of a second. Big-time defensive play by Ja Morant.
Good job of just here getting in front and jumping straight up in the air. You see there attacking the ball, not the body of Şengün, forcing the tie-up. You don't want to allow a quick shot.
Şengün can back tap to either Durant or Shepherd. Instead, he tipped it toward the rim, and Morant said, nope, none of that. And that'll do it for the third quarter. 94-80 the count. Grizzlies have had their mini runs. They were within 4. And then a 24-7 run by Houston in the heart of the third quarter opened up separation on the scoreboard. Margin is 14 with 12 minutes remaining in Memphis. Grizzlies 40%. Grizzlies have actually held their own on the glass. And Houston, as you would expect, with the advantage in the paint for the Grizzlies, a season-high 27 fast break points. Pete Branick and Brevin Knight with you at our Konica Minolta Biz Hub desk. Rob Fisher, our Robin Hood sideline reporter. We're ready to bring you the fourth quarter of action and see if the Grizzlies can put a major rally together here against the Rockets.
One way to help that rally, partner, is to take care of the basketball. 5 turnovers again that third quarter led to 9 points for them as Morant goes on the attack here. Shot clock running down.
Spencer repositions and hits a 3. Cam Spencer, 3 of 5 from beyond the arc. He's got 9. Grizzlies start the fourth with Caldwell Pope, Jackson, Morant, Spencer, and Bassey. Smith, Şengün, Thompson, Eason, and Reed Shepherd, the 5 for Ime Udoka. Rockets trying for a 5-game winning streak after losing their first 2. Grizzlies trying to avoid a 4-game losing streak. Şengün drives into Jackson, finds Thompson, airmails that jumper. Morant, crowd urging him on. Morant hangs but can't hit. Jaren Jackson Jr. an offensive rebound and a trip to the line, courtesy of a Jabari Smith foul.
Nice job, Jaren there. He ran the floor hard and saw Morant going to the basket, and he just crashed in for the offensive rebound. Nice job, Jaren, to get him 2 free throws here early in this fourth quarter.
Jaren just 2 points, 1 of 4 from the floor, and tonight it hasn't been foul problems.
Gentlemen, wait for the release. 1.
Jackson makes both.
Yeah, man, I looked up at one point card and the scoreboard was wrong. The Grizzlies had 77 points.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, how did we just go back? It's separate. Knocks down the 3 to extend that back to a double-digit lead. I'm like, man, the Grizzlies should be in the same. Like, well, how did that just happen? But then they were in single digits again.
Spencer for 3.
Right now, Cam Spencer has got it going on the offensive end, and the Grizzlies making a push.
Shepard bobbled it, but retained possession. Şengün goes to work, and short with a hook. And a foul called. Foul called on Bassey. Şengün converts the first over to Rob Fisher.
Well, Coach Isola was asked why Bassey got the minutes he did on Monday, and he said, well, Detroit came into the game 3rd in the league with 37% offensive rebounding rate, something that we struggled with the previous night. He's a guy that we definitely wanted to see what he had to offer. 15 minutes, 10 boards, 5 of them offensive. Very impressive. But it was also the reason why we wanted to have him. Well, certainly you can see why he was needed tonight with this huge Houston Rockets team. Now the 10-day for Charles Bassey, that ends tomorrow, so we'll see what the Grizzlies do going forward.
Şengün with the denial, and then Davis Caldwell-Pope takes the foul.
With this lineup with Reed Shepard on the floor, the reason why Cam Spencer is able to get open for these threes is Cam sets the screen. They wanted to get the switch with Reed Shepard. Amen Thompson was trying to stay in help position. That's what kept the good quick passes that got Cam Spencer the threes here in this fourth.
Shepard. Bassey had the rebound but could not reel it in, and it results in a second chance score for Jabari Smith. How many times have the Grizzlies gotten to a rebound and they could not secure it, and it ends up with the Rockets? Jackson against Smith. And Jaren going to go back to the free throw line and foul on Jabari Smith, who pleads for a challenge. However, Ime Udoka does not have a challenge.
He realized it immediately after he said it that there wasn't one. And you see here, this is just Thompson quicker to the basketball to allow Smith the corner 3.
So Jackson back to the free throw line.
Those basketball players, partner, that seem to never, their heels never seem to touch the floor. That's how Thompson plays the game. That means that you are always ready to react on whether he is off the dribble or he's on the defensive side. He is always on his toes, ready to react.
The good old triple threat position.
He has it down. It's a quadruple threat position for him.
We're throwing it way back. Şengün lost the dribble. KCP off the back iron. Eason. Been that kind of night. And timeout taken by the Grizzlies.
It's been that kind of last four games.
Yes.
For this Grizzlies team.
Yes, indeed. And a bad night for Caldwell-Pope, 1 of 8 from the floor. Timeout taken by the Grizzlies. Rockets out and running. Pass. Sarah smashed it by Stratton. Who else? But Charles Bassey, 2 of his 5 rebounds on the offensive glass, and the big fella making stuff happen. Got Cedric Howard his first field goal of the game. Bassey runs it down. The nice delivery to Cedric Howard. That's Charles Bassey cleaning the glass. Grizzlies 10 offensive rebounds, 15 second chance points. Jaren Jackson Jr., his 3 is off and boarded by Eason. Three gone by here in the 4th quarter. Şengün drives on Bassey. Eason against Vince Williams. Şengün, little floater in the lane. 18 for Şengün and 14 rebounds tonight.
He's a good ball movement. Rockies back into the zone. Bassey not able to knock down the short.
Şengün thought about the 3. Bassey switches on to him. Backs down. Vince Williams Jr. knocks it free. Grizzlies. Here comes Cam Spencer. Little show and go. And free throws coming for him following a Jabari Smith foul. We have been informed by Khaki Kleber, the Grizzlies media relations staff, that with 25 points in the last 2 games, it is the most points for Cam Spencer in any 2-game span of his NBA career. He's also 1 shy of his career high in 3-point makes in a game. He's made 4 in back-to-back games now.
Happy for Cam continuing to find what his role will be here in the NBA and with this Grizzlies team for this season. And what he's done is been able to just find the open space to get clean looks. And with the good looks, he's been knocking them down.
Capella, Durant, and Kogi all in for Houston. All 5 of their starters in double figures. Shepard, Thompson, and Şengün go to the bench. One of the things that Tomas Isalo told me before the game, that Cam Spencer has really improved his understanding of defensive principles at the NBA level. Obviously, you think of him as an elite level shooter, and he is. But he understands a little bit more about the NBA game. Of course, came to the Grizzlies after being drafted by Detroit, traded to Memphis, was on a 2-way, then had his contract elevated to a full NBA contract. Eason trying to scoop and score, knocked out by the Grizzlies. And for Spencer, he has a new season high with 14 points, had 13 against Detroit. Jock Landale in along with Santi Aldama, Bassey, and Jaren Jackson Jr. out of the game.
Well, the thing about Cam Spencer is he's a gym rat. He works tirelessly on his game. And Durant not able to finish there, and Howard with his 9th rebound of the game.
Spencer passes behind Vince, but Durant lost it out of bounds. Grizzlies will get it back. No change of possession, so the shot clock remains at 16. Spencer curls around the screen, fakes, steps back, a 3, bango. Tying his career high is Cam Spencer with 5 3-point makes.
Love the exaggerated ball fake there. Gets the defender to fly by and then able to clear himself for that 3.
Cam Spencer is one of those guys, you just give him the keys to the gym, because otherwise he's going to be calling the maintenance staff to get in like at midnight. Eason. Aldama boards. Santi, an open 3. Good quality look.
Yes.
No argument with the Grizzlies' 3-point shooting tonight, 41%, but their streak of shooting 40% or better in games, which currently stands at 57, it's in a little bit of doubt right now. Durant misses.
Yeah, they've done everything you're supposed to do with Kevin Durant. 5 of 15, 5 of 16 now, only 11 points here in this game. Cam Spencer is fouling. 2 more from the free throw line for him.
Jabari Smith, that's the 5th foul on him.
Cam Spencer.
But you tip your cap to Cam Spencer for being aggressive, not merely settling for threes, but putting the ball on the deck and creating the contact that earns him a trip to the free throw line.
The thing about Cam Spencer is he's a player that makes threes, but he's not like a three-point shooter. Like, he's always been a gamer. Like, that means he's going to give you what you need. When he was in college, they won a national championship. It wasn't because he was standing behind an arc just shooting threes. He was getting it done off the dribble, playing screen and roll. So he has those other layers to his game. It's just here at this NBA level where you're going to find where you get shots from, how does he cleanse himself. Yes, the three-point line and the perimeter has shown itself.
Shot 44% from three for the Hustle last year. 11-point game.
Yeah, you kind of want to get used to fall asleep. They look around and say, no Ja Morant, no Jaren Jackson Jr. Maybe they have said that it's not enough. This Clint Capella gets the offensive rebound there.
Grizzlies 56 bench points tonight.
It's a good foul there on Capella too. Force him to make free throws.
Capella just 6 of 8 on the season. We talked about the Grizzlies bench, the leading scoring bench in the NBA. As Capella makes the first. They average 49 points off the bench. The Grizzlies 7th three-point bench, three-point shooting from their bench. And Morant back into the game.
Yeah, they haven't allowed Houston to just pack it in. Yeah, they continue to just to keep themselves in the game enough that the Rockets have to respect it.
Cam for three. Rebound run down by Capella in the corner. Kogi had a run of 3 threes in the third quarter. Gives way to Eason as we near the midway point of quarter number 4. Thompson. Capella offensive rebound. And that's backcourt, but it was deflected, says James Capers. Eason. Morant driving, elevating and hitting.
We talked about earlier, that shot is there the entire game. Either from the free throw line, Capella should go the same. You can get to that area and just rise up over the top of those bigs.
Morant with 15 and 8 assists. Capella sets up Eason, knocks down the 3. Both teams with 13 threes. And Houston hitting exactly 50% from 3. Morant's 3's off the iron. Durant against Coward. Aldama doubles. Thompson in the lane, fouled on the pass off. Be a 4th team foul against the Grizzlies. Third foul on Jock Landale, and one thing that Tomas Isilo said earlier this season, we have good stretches, we need those good stretches to be longer, the bad stretches to be shorter, and there have been good stretches for the Grizzlies tonight. They just have not sustained it for a long enough period.
They got the deficit down to 4.
That was it. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, they made a run, and then once you get to that point, now it's about buckling down and taking every possession seriously. It's just been the Rockets that have been able to take control again, and the offensive rebound put back there for Şengün, back to an 18-point lead.
15 rebounds for Alperen Şengün tonight. Morant's 3. Gets his own miss. Attacks, hangs, banks it in. And frustrated, no foul call. Durant guarded by Coward. Doubled by Spencer. Eason coming in the back door, tapped in by Thompson. Thompson with 24 off his 9th rebound, and he's flirting with a triple-double.
23rd second chance point for Houston.
Eason holding Jackson.
Foul number 17, Tari.
Houston is over the limit, so Jaren Jackson Jr. to the free throw line.
Rockets 15 foul.
Part of the Rockets have played 9 guys tonight. 7 of those 9 guys in double figures.
And you say they played 9. That is literal fact, but Jayshawn Tate played for 1 minute.
Exactly. So really only played 8 guys.
Returning for the Rockets, number 10,
And 7
Tari.
of those 8 that played meaningful minutes, or at least more than 1 minute, have double figures.
Jaren's second free throw makes it a 16-point game again, 118-102. Grizzlies' only lead was 2-0. Rockets led by as many as 21 after the Grizzlies got it within 4 in the third quarter. 24-7 run. That was ultimately the run of the game, unless the Grizzlies can pull something out here. Loose ball scramble. Jackson on the pickup. 3 minutes remaining. Howard calling for it under the rim. He's got it. Spencer, the hot man with a ball fake. Coward for 3.
The Grizzlies' inability to make open looks here tonight also did not help them on the offensive end.
Thompson dunks. 26 for Amen Thompson. You know, Thompson, big-time scorer tonight, was a very good defender a year ago. Spencer for 3. And the rebound to Jabari Smith. Thompson was on the all-defensive team last year. Durant, his shot swallowed up by Jaren. 5th block for Jackson, who had 6 on opening night. Pays it off on the other end.
Good hustle from Jaren to not just give up the lay-in to Durant. Comes with the block, and then the floater on the other end.
But you made a big point as Durant drives, misses, and there's Thompson again. That's 25 second chance points for the Rockets, and the Grizzlies call timeout, down 18. Grizzlies have had decent shot quality tonight, but they're now dipping below 39%. And Thompson has had a massive game tonight. 122-104. Brevin, our International Paper Player of the Game, season high, 19 for Cam Spencer.
Yeah, I just like the way that Cam approaches the game on a nightly basis, whether he's playing large minutes, short minutes. He's always going to have himself ready. And tonight, did a good job of screening and getting away from the screen so that he could continue to get those open looks. And when he got the open looks, he made the Rockets defense pay by knocking down shots. It's nice to see him have the confidence to knock down the shots, but it's also nice to see the confidence that his teammates have in him. 5 of 9 from the three-point line, well deserving for our International Paper Player of the Game.
Tying his career high for three-point makes in a game. Antoine Marcelo has cleared the bench here. Javon Small, P.J. Hall, Olivier Maxence Prosper, and Gigi Jackson in. Small misses the 3. It's tapped up to the rim. P.J. Hall will get a trip to the free throw line. As Ime Udoka has cleared his bench as well. And we get an appearance from Uncle Jeff Green. J.D. Davison with the last foul. Aaron Holiday, Tate, and Reed Shepard. That's the 5 for Houston.
Uncle Jeff in the game here for this Houston Rockets team. And the thing with what they liked about it, you think Jeff Green has been their veteran voice for a couple of seasons. Well, they said we can have another veteran, but a high-level playing vet. So we have our bench security with Jeff Green, but now you get Kevin Durant. Now we have our on-court veteran leader to help this team take the next step.
And in his career, I believe that pairing him with Kevin Durant, it will be the 9th different MVP that he has played with in his career.
That's called finding the right teams to be on, Mark. I'll tell you that much.
Jeff Green for 3. Ooh. Of course, Jeff Green, a couple of seasons here in Memphis. Jalen Wells gets a trip to the free throw line. You know, you forget in the midst of time that Jeff is coming back, or came back early in his career from heart surgery.
Yes.
I mean, the fact that he's even playing basketball.
Yes. And think about how long he has played after that.
Yes. 39 years of age. Tonight's game produced by Scott Zachary, directed by Tom Hewitt. Brian Wright with the graphics. Joe Obama's ripping and clipping the replays. And Jason Boyer helping out tonight.
Jason Boyer.
Welcome back, Jason.
I'm glad you're there. Here's the other thing for this Grizzlies team. You can go down through all of the stats. I think the biggest thing is they got to come out of the locker room in the first quarter better. A big function of all of this is that they're getting down every first quarter, and you're just having to fight back relentlessly over and over and over again. So see if they can get a first quarter lead and see what that feels like for the entirety of the game.
Yeah, the Grizzlies, Tate misses that three, rebounded Jeff Green. The Grizzlies, in soccer parlance, are chasing the game.
And the thing is, you have to see is Jayshawn Tate goes to his Alfred Sengun impression, the spin and finish. You got to figure out before they even come to the floor, is there something differently that can be done? PJ Hall offensive rebound that allows them to get off to better starts than what they have gotten off to.
Javon Small with a bank shot. When you were with teams that struggled out of the locker room, how do you change that? I mean, you know that you want to get off to a better start. You want to get off to a good start. It sounds obvious, but you can't just make it happen.
Well, the thing that you would do is you have to figure out what gets you motivated and going. And you talk amongst yourselves, whatever that may be. If there's something that you should listen to in the locker room, whatever that may be, there has to be a change in what they're doing to this point.
G.G. Jackson for three, and that will bring an end to the ball game. 124-109.
Your Memphis Grizzlies, 109.
Amen Thompson, a season-high 28, so he goes back-to-back games of 27 and 28 as the Rockets have now won 5 in a row and the Grizzlies have lost 4 in a row. They fall to 3-6. The Rockets improve to 5-2. A final word from Memphis.
Max Warner Music.